Dhanyavad Swami.
Yeah, Adiyan Ramanujasan Swami.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adiyan has one question from today's Ramanujan Hutrandari 22nd Pashuram. So in 22nd Pashuram, we see the Charitram of Banasuran. So there is a mention of for very first time about Ganeshan there. Even in other pashrams, we don't see about Karimugan like that. Only in
Right.
this particular pashram, we see more about like him. So even in our Purvachaya's text also, there's even in other Puranas like Bhagavatam, there's no mention of him anywhere explicitly. So from 5th or 6th century, it has been like a popular one. And most of Sri Vaishnavas, what they do is they connect with him with Vishwaksenan. So is it like how we can say that it's not like how they are different? Can Devri explain that one?
Sure. See this Vinayaka or Ganesha, he is popularly worshipped all over Bharatadesham nowadays. He is said to be the son of Rudra and Parvati. And oftentimes he is related to eliminating hurdles. Whenever there is a hurdle, people generally, not Sri Vaishnavas, but generally people say that he is the one who will eliminate the hurdles. But for Sri Vaishnavas, we don't worship any other devatas, and hence we don't worship Ganesha or Vinayaka also. But some people, what they say is there is gajAnana or Gajamukha, who is one of the Ashtadigajas of Vishwaksena. Vishwaksena in his Goshti, he has Gajamukha, Simhamukha, and few others. They are all considered as his assistants, and they are all Nityasuris. So some people equate this Gajamukha and Vinayaka and say that we can worship this Gajamukha who is wearing Urdhapundram just as any other Nityasuri will be wearing. And there is mention about this Gajamukha in Sri Parashar Bhattar's Sri Rangarajastavam also. In one shlokam, he explains how they are all worshipped. As part of being Nityasuris, they are all worshipped. But there is no specific iconization like deity worship for that Gajamukha or Simhamukha in our sampradhAyam, in our regular worship like Tiruvaradhanam or even temple worships. We don't see such practice of having specific worship for him. He is worshipped in a Mansika way as a Nityasuri, but beyond that, there is no specific worship meant for him as shown in our sampradhAyam. So, equating that Gajamukha along with this Vinayaka is also not correct. But it is done because in some temples there is some statue or some image on the walls or on the pillars and some people just start worshipping that form suddenly. It's not traditional practice, but some people start worshipping, and seeing that, people get confused and think that, oh, maybe we should worship him as well. But there is no specific worship which is done by our Purvacharyas uh, for Gajamukha in this manner. And hence, we also should not be engaging in such worship. For us, we worship Vishwaksena. There is Vigraha for Vishwaksena in many of the temples, or in fact, all of the temples will have Vishwaksena and is worshipped properly in temples as well. But beyond that, there is no specific worship of Gajanana or Gajamukha, and no specific Purvacharyas have emphasized or practiced such worship. Even in our yajnas or homams or any Vaidika rituals done, usually there will be Vishwaksena Aradhana. That will be there. But beyond that, there will be no specific worship for Gajanana or Gajamukha. These are all practices which come about seeing others. When other people worship, SrIvaishnavas also think that, oh, we should also probably worship. Because of lack of knowledge and lack of having proper guidance and faith in Purvacharya's works in a proper way, people get misguided and people start following other people's other sampradhayams practices. So this is what happened. And as you pointed out, there is no specific reference to vinAyaka in any of the Alvar's pasarams. Although we see this pasaram in Ramanujanuthandadi, Kartikeyanam, Karimugattanam, there is mention about elephant-headed person or devata who is part of Rudra's army. So beyond that, there is no specific reference. But he is spoken about in other Puranas, and general public in Sanatana Dharma, there is a lot of people who worship him. So he is worshipped in general, but not by SrIvaishnavas.